Bonjour, myself Rolly S. Chatterjee, and today I will be discussing about PL-SQL records. Well, when we look at the basic data types in PL-SQL, we will find that there are three main basic PL data types. The scalar, which consists of number, varchar2, date, boolean, char. The large object data type, which consists of clob, blob, bfile, and clob. And finally, the composite data type, which consists of records and collections. So today, we will be discussing about records in detail. Well, what is a record? Basically, a record consists of field of different data types and it exactly represents a row of a database table. Say for example, here we have fields like phone number, address, employee number, name, salary. All these are of different data types and all these collectively represent a record. Now, there are three types of records. First is the table-based record, then we have cursor-based record, and finally we have the user-defined records. So let's discuss about all these three of them one by one. Coming to the table-based records first, the structure of these types of record is based exactly on a row of any table. And these type of records are declared with the %row type attribute. Let's go to the coding section. Here we have EMP table data in the example and we can see that employee number, e-name, salary, address and phone, they will all collectively represent a single record. Here in the code section, in the declare part, we have declared a variable called emp underscore rec and emp %row type. Now here the %row type is an attribute which is used to declare the record variable and the record variable is emp underscore rec. Then we are finally selecting all the columns into this particular record variable in the begin section with the help of select star into emp rec from emp where id is 101, and finally we are displaying the output with the dbms output. Now one thing here to remember is this, that whenever we are printing the value of any particular field using a record variable, we will be writing the name of the record variable first, like here in the example we have given emp underscore rec. Then we will be writing dot operator and then the name of the field. Similarly, we have mentioned other name of the fields also like e-name, address, salary, phone and so on. Now, let's go back to the cursor based records. The cursor based records are totally based on the structure of any particular cursor. As we can see in the declare section, we have declared a cursor first which is containing three columns, that is the employee number, e-name and address, and it is selecting all the three column values from emp table. In the begin section we have opened the cursor, but before that we have first declared a record variable again emp rec, which is of based on the structure of the cursor, which is exactly based on the structure of the cursor here, like e underscore cur %row type. This particular syntax will be used to declare a record which is based on a cursor. Then in the begin section the cursor is being opened and finally we are fetching the records of the cursor into the employee variable. Then finally each value is printed in the dbms output section. Then we have the user defined records. We can define different record structures by using the user defined records, and whenever we are declaring the user defined record, it is declared with the type keyword. As here we can see we have given here type, name of the record and is record keyword. Then we have mentioned the field names like roll number, name. So all these four fields, as we can see, these are of different data types. They will be together representing a record. Then the same code is continued on the next slide, but one point here to remember is that once we have declared a record, then we would be declaring the type, two variables of this particular record type. The record type is a student and variables are std1 and std2 respectively. Then in the next section, we are initializing, we are giving the value, we have to store the details of student 1. What details? Roll number, name, subject and marks. So all those details again would be stored by mentioning the name of the record variable, name of the field, and then we are giving the values here. And then finally printing the record with the help of print statement, which is the DBMS output. Fine. So this was all about the records, and in the next section we will be discussing about associative array. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.